Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Happy Friday. So I know that this week we have so many birthday celebrations this week and this month in particular, because we even have two teachers who have birthdays in April, Miss Hernandez and Miss Rosales. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday. But we also have friends in our classrooms who also have birthdays in April. So happy birthday to you all. And in order to do that, we wanted to celebrate by doing a story problem and a counting collection that has to do with birthday items that you would see at a birthday celebration. So here we have some packets of balloons. And when we have birthday parties, we like to blow up balloons because it makes everything look festive and fun. But the first thing we do whenever we do a counting collection is we look at our collection and we figure out or think about how we want to group our collection. And groups are items that are together that we put in a group together to make it easier to count. So teachers, looking at this collection, how can we group the collection to make it easier for us to count and find the total? Ms. Rosales, can you give us an idea? What's a way we can group this collection?
Yes, I'm noticing that these balloons are in packs.
Ooh, yeah, because in stores when we buy balloons, they're in packs, right? And so how many balloons are in each pack, Ms. Rosales?
8.
8, perfect. So I know it's kind of a little blurry to see, but it says right there 8 balloons. And your collection will also have each pack with 8 balloons. So here we go, we have 8. So are we thinking we want to count each pack or 2 packs or 3 packs? What are you thinking?
Let's keep it simple and just do one at a time.
Perfect. All right. And I asked just in case because you might have a different idea. I don't want to assume. So, oh, that's too thick for here. So I'm going to go to the smallest. Remember, you can change the thickness of your marker. If it's too thick, it might get a little messy on your paper, but if it's thinner, it'll be just right. So here we have one pack of 8, another pack of 8, second pack of 8, a third pack of 8, a fourth pack of 8, a fifth pack of 8, 6, and 7 pack of 8. And then we have this group right here. Ms. Hernandez, what do we do with this group?
I think I would just put the number 5, just so I know if they're individual balloons, not belonging to a packet.
Thank you. Yeah, so there's just 5 right here. So what I've noticed from friends who turn in their collection work is I noticed that you guys are counting each pack. And so you'll say, okay, well, here I see 7 packs, so my collection is full of 7 things. So that would be true if you're counting the packs, but remember, we are counting the balloons inside of the package. So each of these packages actually have 8 balloons. So we need to think of how many items we have, not how many packages, how many items. And it's nice that they already put them in packages because then that gets to be our group. So each pack has 8 balloons. And now I can see how my groups are. I grouped my balloons into 8s, right? Each one has 8. But I'm going to show and record my collection on my recording sheet, not on this paper. This is not the paper to record your collection. This is just to show how you grouped your items. So I'm going to go to my second page and I'm going to show you, I'm going to annotate this here so that you can see how I counted. You see right here on this side, right over here, there's 2 pages. There's page 1 where we have our group and our items in our collection, and then there's a second page. That second page is our recording sheet. You can press that recording sheet and you get to see our recording page, right? So you see that we have our counting collections recording sheet. So what we do first, and what I like to do, is just write my name because that's something that we need to remember that we always do. Missy Kimowich. And then I'm going to put it right there where my name is. And then I can move it around to make it look neat because we want our work to be neat. We are neat writers. We're neat learners, so we need to make sure that everything is neat and nice for other people to see. And I counted balloons, so I'm going to write balloons. Balloons has 2 L's and 2 O's. It's a tricky one to spell. And then I'm going to put it right there. So my name is Miss Yukimowicz. I counted balloons, and I don't know how many I counted yet, so we're going to wait for that one. And then I'm going to show my groups. So you can go back to your first page and see, okay, I have 4 groups on the top because we want to show exactly how we counted. So this is our counting sheet. We want it to be replicated like a copy on our recording sheet. So I want 4 groups on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now go back to my sheet. I see 4 groups on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now I drew my groups. And I like to put them in a circle so that they you can clearly see that there are groups. So teachers, what do I do next? What's my next step? So I showed all of my groups. What do I do next, Ms. T?
You have to label your groups and tell us how many are in each group. And I think you had 7 groups of 8 and 1 group of 5.
Perfect. So it's important that you label, because your readers, whoever's looking at your recording sheet, is not going to be able to read what's in your head, right? They want to see it clearly written out for them, because it takes a lot of work to figure out, how many are in each group? I don't understand. So I'm going to do it very clearly for them. 8 balloons are in this group. And Miss T told me I had 7 groups of 8. So I'm going to draw 8 7 times. So 4 up here. And if you forget, you can always go back to that first page where your collection is to remind yourself. And 7. All right. And then my last group, Ms. Rosales, how many does my last group have?
I remember Ms. Hernandez saying there were 5.
So I see 5. So we need to remember that that group is not a full pack. It's just extra that we had lying around for our birthday party. So it's a pack of 5 from last year. All right. Now, what do I do? Because I know I'm not done, but I kind of forgot. What do I do next? Ms. Hernandez?
Now we have to count it all together so we know how many balloons are in this collection.
Thank you. So I have 8 here. And what we can do, since we have Seesaw, I just thought of it, we can use our total in a different color. So you can play with the colors. I'm going to do red to go with the Cars theme. So I have 8 here all together, and then 8 plus 8 is 16, because it's a double, and I remember my doubles facts. And then 16 plus 8 more. And some of my friends are even doing little like arrows to show that they counted, and that's pretty interesting, and I like how it shows that they're all connected. So 16 plus 8, 16 in my head, and then 8 more. Thank you, Ms. Rosales. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. And then 24 plus 8, 24 in my head, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, 32. All right, 32. And then 8 in my head. Ooh, but I know 2 and 8 make 10, so that's 40. And then I know that 40 plus 8 more is 48, because I'm looking at my ones place. And then 48, that one's tricky. So 48 in my head, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 56. And then 56 plus 5 more, because I don't have a whole pack of 8, I have 5. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait a second. I did that wrong. I was counting with 8 in my head. I need to do 56 in my head. Okay, that's okay. Mistakes happen. So let's see. 56 in my head, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. All right, 61 is my grand total. Am I done now? Not yet. Okay, so we showed our groups. We wrote the number of items in each group. We counted our totals, but now we need our number sentence. So how can I write that number sentence, Miss T?
You could write 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 7 eighths, plus 5. Can't forget your 5.
Right, because that is also part of our collection. So right now I have
5.
5. Thank you, Ms. Rosales. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then plus my 5 equals 61.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to have it all horizontal so that you can clearly see my number sentence, and I put it right on the bottom. I like to do it with my text feature because it's clearer to see, but you can write it out if that's what you prefer. But now I have to write how many items I have in this collection. So I'm going to go back to my marker and add 61 items all together. So this is a clear representation. Now you can see how exactly I counted. You know, when looking back at my recording sheet, that I have 7 groups with 8 items in each group, and then 1 group with 5 items in each group. And then I showed my totals for all of my collection. And I clearly wrote my name and clearly wrote what kind of item I counted. So this is what we expect from you. And if yours looks just as neat as this, then you get a 4. But if it's anything lower, you're going to get a 3. Just remember that when we do our work, we want to do our best work. We don't want to do half of our work because that doesn't show our best learning. So remember that when you are doing your work today, and it is going to help you with counting, because when you see this, you're going to get better at counting by 8s, and that is a challenge when going into 3rd grade and learning your multiplications. So just think of that. You are preparing for 3rd grade, and that's already 2 years in advance. So you are doing your very best, and keep up the great work. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to
Bye.
subscribe.
Bye.